Curious, a simple photograph of a dress fractured the internet into two fiercely opposed camps, those who saw black and blue and those who saw white and gold. The intensity of the debate revealed a deeper, unexamined belief, the assumption that our eyes operate like objective video cameras, recording a single, universal reality that everyone else should see exactly as we do. Physical perspective complicates this further. From one angle, the geometry of this object renders a 6 in the shadow, but walk to the other side of the room and the exact same object presents a 9. If our sensory organs can disagree on inputs as basic as the color of a fabric or the shape of a shadow, it suggests our daily certainty about much larger truths might be misplaced. To understand why, we have to look away from the object itself and examine the internal biological machine that is actually doing the observing. This instinctual trust in our eyes turns a subjective viewpoint into an absolute truth, creating the friction that defines most human misunderstandings. When you look at the world, light enters your eye and converts into electrical impulses. These signals travel down the optic nerve and terminate in a vault of absolute silence and absolute darkness. Your brain never makes direct physical contact with a tree, a desk, or the person standing in front of you. It stays locked inside the skull, relying entirely on those incoming electrical pulses to guess what is happening in the environment outside. The brain functions as a predictive engine, constructing a real-time virtual simulation to help you navigate your surroundings. What we experience as reality is a closed-loop biological hallucination occurring entirely within our own hardware. Cognitive scientist Donald Hoffman suggests this is an evolutionary necessity. Biology prioritized survival over showing us the raw, objective truth of the universe. Think of it like a computer's desktop interface. Evolution hides the complex, chaotic source code of reality behind simplified, useful icons. Attempting to process the unfiltered universe would require too much processing power, paralyzing the organism. Long before modern neuroscience, the philosopher Immanuel Kant predicted this exact dual reality. He distinguished between the phenomenon, the interface we actually experience, and the noumenon, which is the raw thing in itself that remains permanently out of reach. We are biologically locked out of objective reality, interacting only with the species-specific map we are programmed to see. This biological limitation is the silent driver of social dynamics and interpersonal conflict. We frequently confuse our subjective internal mental map for the objective physical territory. Recall the shadow illusion. Two people looking at the same physical territory render different maps. One sees a 6 and the other sees a 9. Disagreements are rarely a case of one person being objectively right while the other is being irrational. Instead, these are two predictive engines rendering different, biologically filtered maps based on their specific angles and sensory filters. When those maps overlap, the geometries clash. Stepping past this friction involves the practice of cognitive empathy. By acknowledging your view is just a subjective interface, you can audit your biases and temporarily view the situation through another person's map. If our biological hardware is designed to filter the world rather than record it, then certainty is a failure of logic. Understanding that your reality is a map, not the territory, is the first step toward reclaiming agency over your own perception.